Shalom Aleichem again, and welcome back to our daily chizuk. A few minutes of something that we can take out from a very special machshava. So in these parshiyos in the Sefer Vayikra that we started, we see how much of emphasis we have on the Mesiras HaKarbonos, the whole idea of all the karbonos and all the different types of karbonos. There's a very famous Mishnah which is in Maseches Menachos and Daf Kuf Yud, and it gives an expression to us what exactly this whole idea of giving karbonos and having a reach nichoyach is. We know that in that Mishnah over there in Maseches Menachos and Kuf Yud, it says over there that there's a reach nichoyach when a person gives a carbon. You can give an ox, you can give a bull, you can give a big carbon, and there's a reach nichoyach. And also, when you give the carbon mincha, it also says that there's a reach nichoyach. There's a special aroma coming from that wonderful carbon mincha. Very interesting, says the Mishnah, that it doesn't matter how big or how small. What's the main idea? Doesn't matter how much you give. If you give a big thing, if you give a small thing, the main thing is where is the leiv and where is your kavana. Your kavana is to go and be marbek kvod shemayim. That's the main thing. Even if you give only a little bit. That's why both the big carbon and the carbon mincha, each one has a reach nichoyach. We see from these psukim and from this Mishnah an unbelievable lesson in this regards into the way we go about our lives, in our service, in our avodas Hashem, how we go about and do things. There was once a avrech, a young married man, came to the Stipler Goin, the big Stipler Goin, the big tzaddik in Bnei Brak, who was very well known, and of course his son, Rav Chaim Kanievsky, he was also very well known. Anyways, the avrech came to the Stipler Goin and he told him that he's really, really poor, he doesn't have money, and he wants a bracha, that the Rav should give him a bracha, that he should become an Ashir. And he told him that I'm telling you, Rav, if I become an Ashir, you're going to see, I'm going to give a tremendous amount of tzedakah. So the Stipler looked at him and he says, I don't understand, what kind of bracha is that? Why should I give you a bracha that you should become an Ashir and therefore you'll give a tremendous amount of tzedakah? He told him that the biggest bracha is if a person goes and does his service to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with his whole heart and with tremendous kavanah. That's the main thing. He told him like this: if you had $1 in your pocket and you said, you know what, I'm going to give 50 cents to tzedakah, half of what you have, and you end up with only 50 cents left, he says, that is amazing. That is worth so much in the eyes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, much more than a person who has $100,000 and he gives away 50,000. Because it doesn't matter how big it is. It doesn't matter how much you're giving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He told him, he said, do you think HaKadosh Baruch Hu needs your money? Do you think HaKadosh Baruch Hu is lacking, that he needs to get more of something? He said, no. He said, we see over here from the Karbanos also, the main thing is, u'bilvad sheyecha ben libo l'shamayim. A person has to realize that the main service that we do daily towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to come from our leiv, our heart, and how much Mesiras Nefesh we have while we do it. It's not about how big, it's not about how small, it's about how much kavanah and how much leiv. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us, that we should continue to be able to do our service, our avodas Hashem, especially these days, in Sefer Vayikra, and Pesach coming up, we should be able to do our service with a tremendous amount of leiv, a tremendous amount of kavanah, and we should have a wonderful Yom Tiv.